There's a quiet difference between a home that looks expensive and a home that simply looks decorated. One feels considered, the other feels filled. And what makes this interesting is the difference is rarely about budget, it's about selection. Because expensive spaces don't rely on more items, they rely on the right ones. Today, I want to show you 5 items that instantly elevate a space. Not because they're flashy, but because they signal taste, restraint, and intention. And if you understand these, you don't need to over-decorate again. 1. Oversized structured lighting. The fastest way to cheapen a space is to treat lighting as an afterthought. Most homes rely on small, generic fixtures, things that disappear instead of define. But expensive homes do the opposite. They use lighting as structure, a single oversized floor lamp, a sculptural table lamp, a pendant that anchors the entire room. Not loud, just intentional. Because lighting isn't just functional. It shapes how the room feels at night. And this is where it becomes interesting. The size matters more than the price. A slightly oversized lamp instantly adds presence. It tells the eye, this room was designed, not assembled. If you've struggled to find lighting that feels substantial without looking heavy, I've linked a few options below that get this balance right. Soft light, clean structure, nothing overly decorative. Look for linen or fabric shades, warm, diffused light, matte or brushed finishes. Avoid anything overly glossy or intricate, because the goal isn't decoration, it's atmosphere. 2. Heavy, natural textiles. There's a texture that expensive homes always have. You feel it before you notice it. Weight. Light, synthetic fabrics tend to flatten a space. They look temporary, but heavier, natural materials, linen, cotton, wool, add depth without trying. Think thick curtains that fall properly, substantial throw blankets, cushions that hold their shape. But here's the deeper layer. It's not about layering endlessly. It's about choosing fewer, better pieces. One well-made linen curtain will elevate a room more than 5 trendy panels. This is one of those areas where material matters more than brand. I've included a few linen and cotton options below that feel heavier, without looking stiff or overly formal. Because expensive spaces don't chase softness, they build structure through texture. And texture is what creates visual calm. 3. A large, grounding rug. This is one of the most common mistakes, and one of the easiest to fix. Rugs that are too small, they make everything feel slightly off, disconnected, almost temporary, but expensive homes understand proportion. The rug anchors the room. It should sit under the furniture, not float between it. And that changes everything. I've also linked a few properly sized rugs, because finding the right scale is where most people quietly get stuck. A properly sized rug makes the room feel cohesive, creates visual stability, instantly elevates the scale of the space. And here's the subtle detail. It doesn't need to be bold. In fact, the most expensive-looking rugs are often neutral, low contrast. Slightly textured because they don't compete. They ground. And grounding is what makes a space feel calm and quietly luxurious. 4. Minimal, intentional decor, not more decor. Most people assume expensive homes have more objects. They don't. They have fewer, but better placed. This is where many people get it wrong. They try to fill surfaces, coffee tables, shelves, consoles, but expensive spaces leave room to breathe. Because space itself is part of the design, instead of 10 small items, choose 2 or 3 that actually matter. A ceramic bowl, a stack of books, a single sculptural object. If you're unsure what qualifies as enough, I've added a few examples below that hold presence without cluttering a space. And stop there, because restraint signals confidence. It shows you're not trying to prove anything. And this aligns with something deeper. True refinement is quiet, not crowded. 5. One statement piece with presence. Every expensive-looking home has this, not 10 focal points, just one. A chair with beautiful lines, a large piece of art, a mirror that reflects light properly, something that quietly draws attention without demanding it. And this is where it becomes interesting. The piece itself doesn't need to be expensive, but it needs scale, simplicity, material quality. Because presence isn't about price, it's about proportion and restraint. When everything is trying to stand out, nothing does. But when one piece is allowed to lead, the entire room feels intentional. I've linked a few statement pieces that do this beautifully. Simple, architectural, and easy to integrate into a calm space. Expensive homes are not built through accumulation. They're built through editing, through asking, do I need this? Or does the room need less? Because the real distinction is quieter than people expect. It's not about luxury items, it's about clarity. And once you understand that, you stop chasing the look of expensive and start creating the feeling of it. If you've been craving a home that feels calmer, more intentional, more like you, you're in the right place. I've curated a small selection of pieces below that reflect everything we discussed. Not more items, just better ones. Take your time with them. And if this way of living resonates, you can stay here for more.